the open mic poetry at Paper Tiger Coffee Roasters. I've been reading a serial poem to start off the night, each third Wednesday. I have put the copies of the first 5 parts that I read January through May. And so tonight I'll share part 6, which is the June issue of my serial poem. Does anybody remember on serial poems, or serial movies, at the theater when you used to go see the chapter each week on Fridays and Saturday matinees? Well, that's what I decided to do this year, was to come up with a serial segment of my serial poem each month. So this one is the Fantastical Fantasy Part 6 for June. Last month the enemy lay ahead in the dark woods. Here's a recap of last month. A voice boomed from the trees ahead. Yes, I, your antagonist, await you in these dark woods. You will not escape me for as long as you are you. And that, my friend, is your first clue to my identity. So here's episode 8. I tried pinching myself, but it did not awaken me. This was a dream from which I could not awaken. Before me, the dark woods were intimidating. Behind me, the exploding rainbows were all gone. From the woods, a ghostly hand reached out and beckoned me. This foggy dew of fingers motioned me toward the forest. I took hesitant steps, wondering what might appear. Would I find skeletons in a closet or dirty laundry on a line? I had no other choice than to strode forward and meet my foe. I walked and walked, but these dark woods seemed no closer. I looked down and my feet moved and the ground did not. Yet the woods waited as I walked toward them with dread. Then from the woods came a screech of laughter. From those dark woods above which now formed dark clouds issued the tenacious roar of a dragon, the bellow of a demon. Lightning and thunder thudded down from the darkening sky. I reached the edge of these woods and peered into the gloom. All I met was a mirror that offered me my own reflection. It was a mirror of images that all looked like me. There was a million of me, and they all laughed hysterically. To be continued. So the first person I'd like to invite up is Calvin.
Right. Yeah, I am not a Calvinist. I'm not damned if I do, I don't damned if I'm not. But I got my knot in a sling, so I got a knot. Okay. First one, short and sweet. My credo, brotherhood is relative, period. My second, ode to Hamlet. In life and death, we live a legacy of what to be or not to be. The question Hamlet bestows on thee, what will you be when you are free at last? Like Martin Luther King Jr.'s epitaph. Live we must, in God's we trust, our body's fate is really dust. Good or evil, it matters not, for history will hatch your second plot. Fool or villain, it matters not, for your fate will cast your lot. Do not what you are told, and history will unfold with lessons learned for young and old. Sweet fate is in your hands, be bold. Now, Carolyn Davis of the Methodist Church wrote a good IQ, but I got a cross of a haiku and the 23rd song. Knowledge without wisdom is water without a cup. Wisdom without knowledge is a cup without water. My cup runneth over. I am always thirsty. Do I need a bigger cup? And then, last but not least, I am the lesser of the beast on 2 legs. Yet, how can I dominate the rest of the primates? Just be a naked ape like Desmond Morris says? Yell the loudest, make the biggest mating call, and attract the silverbacks. However, I'm saddened by the fact that some lady didn't watch her kid and ended up being beaten up by a lesser primate at the Cincinnati Zoo. And I'm getting damn tired of some mother not watching her kid letting it get swallowed by an alligator, let alone a Burmese python, which don't belong here in the first place. Thank God we don't have Japanese kudzu come imported from Georgia. Anyway, I am blessed with a deep memory, and a lot of people say that they would kill me because I do not forget anything at all. Like Bullwinkle would blurt a formula of blurted the formula of the atom bomb every time he ate breakfast. So, in conclusion, there is no conclusion. There is nothing but collisions in the universe, with Weber's law causing the rings of the magnetism passing, going sideways. Anyway, I'm a black hole.
Thank you, Coleman.
Did anybody understand my enigma?
My next reader is practicing his new guitar, and I wrote the lyrics for a song, and he made a song out of it, so let's call it Time.
It's right there. Then I'll get a second here. Okay, what I'm gonna do first, though, I got a couple things to read that's real short that I wrote. And this one is My Girl, My Truck. It goes like this. Hey girl, how are you today? How about a ride in my old Chevrolet? We can drive for miles and sit under a tree, just you and me. You can lay in my arms as I hold you tight. Hey girl, how about the full moon tonight? Your eyes shine just as bright with your long hair. The is so smooth, and soon we will get into the groove, just you and me under the tree. Your lips soft as moonbeams, your whisper into my ear saying, I love you. Hey girl, how about you and me? As we are in the old Chevrolet, you snuggle close with your hand on my knee. And my arm is around you, holding you tight, with the moon still shining upon us very bright. I pull up and walk you up to the door, our lips meet again for the night. A year has passed, we still drive to that tree, and there I asked you to marry me, and you say yes. It's been 3 years, and the baby is on the way. It's going to be a girl. I'm so excited to say, the day has come. You're a mommy, and I'm a daddy. And together we will watch her grow to be the young lady like her mother. Hey girl, our baby is grown. She looks just like you with a beautiful long hair and eyes, and someday she will marry and have a baby of her own. As we sit together on the porch, hand in hand and a little gray, I still love you and have those feelings just like the first date under that tree.
That was so great. It reminds me of the Georgia poem that says, let us sit beneath the bough, a loaf of bread, a jug of wine, and thou beneath the wilderness in paradise and now. Rubik I Am, translated by Fitzgerald.
Okay, the next one is Who's That Person in the Mirror? And I'm finally able to get to be that person that is in the mirror, starting. Who is the person in the mirror? I look in the mirror and who do I see? I see a body that's really not me. It is the body of a young man who has been locked away for a century in a deep dungeon with lock and key. But how could that be? I see a female when I know that really is not me. Who is that person in that mirror? I look in the mirror again, I look the same, but inside the real me, a kind, loving, caring person who has been in a prison under lock and key. I see a man looking right back at me saying, you are the real person in the mirror that you should be. Don't worry about what people think. You have to be true to yourself. You have been locked up for so long, it is time to unlock that key and walk out of the dungeon. And be your true self and love you for who you are, who is looking back at you in that mirror.
awesome, man.
Okay, this one is the Cowboy Coffee Blues. And now that I have a writer, that helps out tremendously. Her and Linda surprised me with this almost a month ago. We've been going to Beacock's music store about 3 times a week. And every time we go in there, I've been checking out guitars, banjos, electric guitars, acoustic guitars. And I found a 12-string, but I didn't know what to do with the extra 6 strings. But it had a nice sound to it. So I kept coming back to this one right here, and it sounds just as good as the 12-string, but my hands fit it. And it even had a sign that says, for small hands. I went, oh, that's it. So I kept going back to this guitar every time we go into the store. Well, she went and said, well, I'm gonna go call Linda and make sure she doesn't need anything, check on her. I come back and she goes, do you like that guitar? And I said, yes, I do. And I tried it, fiddled with it a little bit. And she goes, do you really like it? And I said, yeah, I really do. She goes, well, happy early birthday. So they bought it for my early birthday present.
Yeah.
And she wrote the song, and that night I came up with a tune that came out of the blue. I figure when you have an instrument, and you put love into it, it'll love you right back.
Awesome.
So this is what we both came up together with. I'm not guaranteeing how it'll turn out, but
I forgive the dingly parts that you had.
it's called the Cowboy Coffee Blues. Left my honey the other day, sipping her way to a big latte, singing the Cowboy Coffee Blues. She was the prettiest girl I've ever seen. I had no coffee to make her my wife, and that's the story of my life. Left my honey the other day, sipping her way to a big latte. I'm singing the Cowboy Coffee Blues. Left my honey sipping away, yeah, sipping away, and me slipping away down at the expresso way. Left my honey the other day, sipping her way to a big latte. I'm singing the Cowboy Coffee Blues. She was the prettiest girl I've ever seen. She had no coffee in her life. Why would I marry my wife? I'm singing the Cowboy Coffee Blues. I'm singing the Cowboy Coffee Blues.
I have to go. I'd like to commemorate Cassius Clay, also known as Muhammad Ali. He said he's a pacifist. He doesn't think it's worth his trouble to fight for oil overseas. And that's, if I'm going to fight something, it's for my life, not a bunch of oil. I'll see you later. It's time to go to the Walrus Head. And why the seas are boiling hot, and why the pigs and wings. Remember Patty Dugaston? See you next Wednesday if I'm not at the casino losing my money.
Hey, Herb. Herb, you want to grab a chair?
All right,
You're welcome to come sit with us.
start by giving Kenny a big thank you for
Yeah, Kenny. Whoa.
for us.
These are really.
This is demonic resonance. One soul reflected across a solid plane of fire, separated by a shaky barrier of life and death. This barrier is thin, imperfect, and can be crossed by the living if they feel the dead already inside of them. The tortured souls who can feel the fire trying to claw its way out of their skin. An imperfect union of good and evil. The gods bless these poor men and women with the one gift the universe can think to offer: symmetry. The abused become the abusers, the miserable sucking the life out of the loved ones, the angry fueling others' fires. There is a type of perfect unity in mutual destruction, one that can't be achieved through love or peace, because when the dust settles, everything is simply gone.
Just give me a fair word.
Bit of adjustment. So, my next,
the microphone down,
turn it down.
feedback.
I can't reach up there.
No, feedback.
Is that better? My next person that I'm gonna invite up is my featured reader, Bryce.
You should like keep me in check of time.
Yes, I got you.